This is Inside Burnaby Schools for Monday, September 29th, 2025. A season of growth. Summer in Burnaby Schools. The popularity of summer session remains strong this year. At the high school level, many youth take an elective they've been wanting to try or advanced classes to get ahead. Secondary grew by about 100 students this year. For these youth, summer school literally rocked. This popular class for students in grades 6 to 8 also had older students from Burnaby North Secondary acting as teaching assistants, allowing them to gain graduation required work experience hours. With increased interest in full day programs at the elementary level, 4 new afternoon sites and 300 more seats were added this year. Summer session remains a chance for students of all ages to learn a new skill and have fun. Partnerships often enrich the experience. The Burnaby Fire Department shared how fire equipment works, followed by a demonstration of the hoses and hydrants in action that also helped students at the school beat the heat. Over the summer, students, families, and staff joined trustees in the Vancouver Pride Parade, a Burnaby Schools tradition since 2012. At the Canada Games closing ceremony this August, Caribou Hill secondary wrestler Kai Perret was chosen to lead Team BC after she won 2 gold medals at the Games. Kai also took gold last February at the Provincials for BC School Sports. Through a community donation and federal funding, the district Settlement Workers in Schools, or SWIS program, expanded their summer camp, which is in its 10th year. Newcomer youth, originally from Afghanistan, Eritrea, Sudan, and Iran, took part in this year's activities that were designed to help build a sense of community and belonging.
District-initiated exhibit showcases newcomer settlement. An exhibit at the Burnaby Village Museum was initiated by the district's SWIS program. From Afghanistan to Canada with Hope ran over the summer until September 1st. It featured the experiences of Afghan refugees who are making meaningful contributions to the local community. Burnaby Schools families who fled their home country were among those featured. A SWIS worker suggested the idea for the exhibit as a way to help young newcomers from the country to connect with their heritage while settling in Canada. Laying the groundwork, school construction underway. Students and staff at Kitchener and Brentwood Park Elementary Schools returned this fall to exciting news that construction was underway to make their schools bigger. At Kitchener, the additions will mean 500 more seats for students. Brentwood Park is getting 165 new seats, as well as seismic upgrades. The Ministry of Infrastructure committed a combined total of $76.3 million towards the expansions to support the fast-growing neighborhoods. Meanwhile, the new Stride Avenue Community School, which is also a seismic replacement, is anticipated to be ready during this school year. Advocating for school spaces required to meet the needs of a growing community is part of this district's new strategic plan. It was launched just before the start of the school year.
Getting classy with back to school. There was much excitement as students such as those at Gilmore Community School began the new year. Children at Montecito Elementary returned to a new accessible swing installed by facilities crews and funded by the Parent Advisory Council. These Burn Creek Community School students showed their enthusiasm about learning new skills in class. Burn Creek was one of many schools to invite parents in for a school tour to meet the teachers. Burn Creek and Burnaby Central Secondary were among those to host club days for youth to explore their interests. Students in the International Education Program received a Burnaby Schools welcome with fun connection activities. Caribou Hill Secondary was one of the schools that fired up a welcome back barbecue. Grade 12s also began documenting their final year of public school. Students and families at Taylor Park Elementary came together for a community gathering. 12th Avenue Elementary had a focus on building connections with one another and the land. Primary students at Buckingham Elementary wrote about their hopes and dreams for the year. The whole community gathered for a family picnic, while Brantford Elementary opted for a school-wide booknic. A class at Brantford also began their year with an outdoor adventure. Cameron Elementary hosted the North Burnaby Community Fair, which was put on with partners and included special welcomes. More than 1,000 people attended. Each fall, schools across the district hold an annual Terry Fox Run, Walk, or Roll, such as these at Edmonds, Kitchener, and Nelson Elementary Schools. Stony Creek Community School had a visit from Terry's niece, Erin Fox, who talked about her uncle and the Marathon of Hope that he started in 1980. Funds for cancer research are also raised. Maywood Community School exceeded their $1,200 target. Collectively, schools raised tens of thousands of dollars.
Honoring deaf identity through connection and culture. Students and staff at district-administrated BC Provincial School for the Deaf raised the deaf flag to begin the International Week of Deaf People. Youth in a BCSD ASL class led games highlighting deaf culture and celebrating ASL. The community also came together to hear the stories of deaf elders. There were daily opportunities at the BCSD elementary site, which is shared with South Slope. Both schools gathered for an immersive experience called Deafland, where students and staff entered a world without sound and explored challenge stations, all while communicating with sign language or gestures. Earlier in the month, and for the first time, BCSD's elementary site received a hand-delivered copy of the provincial proclamation celebrating deaf people. While there, Minister of Children and Families, Jody Wickens, was given a tour of both BCSD and the neighboring district-administrated provincial outreach program, Deaf and Hard of Hearing. Truth, reflection, and the journey toward reconciliation. In the lead up to the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, Squamish elder Sam George Sr. shared his childhood experience at residential school with staff at the district administration office. His son, Elder Sam George Jr., from the Squamish and Tsleil-Waututh nations, reflected on the importance of educators hearing hard truths about Canada's dark history. As part of ongoing learning, schools strive to support Indigenous education opportunities. For example, this month at Alpha Secondary's Grade 8 retreat, leadership students organized experiential activities for an Indigenous amazing race. And that's inside Burnaby Schools for Monday, September 29th, 2025.